What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, you are watching TWA Motorsports. Welcome to the country. Hear those noises? It's almost nighttime. Got all the doors open. Bugs are out, making noises. You may hear my neighbor blow by in his car. But we sold two vehicles. Today, we're gonna talk about the two that we sold. I'm gonna walk you through the shop and kind of talk about where we are going with each thing out here. I'm gonna show you, did we get a free motor transmission out of the Trans Am parts car? We're gonna go over to the board. I'm gonna show you where we ended up as far as money-wise. So, let's get started. What did we sell? Well, obviously one, right here where I'm standing is gone. Guys, the Trans Am parts car is gone. Thankfully, it is gone. It's out of my hair. I don't have to walk around it. You can see that I've moved the 55. We're gonna get to that here in a minute. Got a lot more room. The other thing that sold, if you guys are looking around and wondering, can anybody guess? It's not out here. It's not outside. The 54 Chevy. Oh, the 54 Chevy is gone. No, it's not outside. No, it's not Cohen's truck. His vet's in the garage. Cohen's gone in his truck. The 54 is gone. So the 54 and the Trans Am, both gone. The 54, guys, it was driving me crazy. Not because I really wanted to sell it and I had to get it out of here. It was driving me crazy because I wanted to do stuff to it, and I've got so much other stuff torn apart that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And honestly, my wife, if she were out here, would attest to me going back and forth wanting to sell it. I would look at pictures of it and be like, I don't want to sell it. There's something about a 54 Chevrolet. It's just such a timeless look. I love that. I love the look of those cars. I love the colors on that car, that blue and silver. I absolutely loved it. But honestly, guys, the paint wasn't up to my level of like, I just didn't love it. I could live with it, but I didn't love it. I didn't like the tweed interior. I wanted to do something different. I didn't like the motor. I didn't like the transmission. I mean, it ran and drove fine, but it was just, there's all the stuff that I could think of in my mind. Once I pulled that motor and transmission out of the Trans Am, I was like, oh, I'm putting that in. I want a 6-speed. It's like, no, Travis, you got to get some stuff done out here. So it made sense to sell it. The guy that it went to, it's an awesome home. It's probably going to get LS swapped. It sounds like he's already bought some parts for it. Super nice guy. I really wish he would start a YouTube channel because he's got some really cool stuff I think you guys would dig, but I can't keep them all. And so it's gone. And honestly, guys, I love the fact that two are out of the shop. Gives me more room to park the golf cart here, to pull something up and work on it, or pull the golf cart out. I was to the point where I was having to move stuff around to work on stuff, and that just makes me crazy. And to be honest with you, there's another one here that I'd like for it to go. But before we get into that and all the cars and what we plan on doing, let's go over here and look at the board. Let's see where we ended up with the Trans Am. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys were kind of wanting to know, do you think I can get a free motor and transmission? I thought I could. Here's where we ended up. So in the first video, guys, I told you that I paid $6,000 for that car. I put $100 on because let's say it took me $100 in gas and whatnot there and back. Okay, it's not that far away, but $6,100, okay? We sold all those parts in that first video. We got down to that. We sold $3,710 worth of parts. That means I only had $2,390 in it, okay? We carry that over here. I sold some more parts. I sold interior parts, T-tops, drive shaft, driver's side fender, gas tank, shocks, Y-pipe. The car itself I sold for $700 with a title. That's $1,590 of parts I sold. That leaves it $800 is what it owed me. Okay, so $800 I had in the motor and transmission. However, I took the Bilstein, the nice Bilstein shocks and UMI lowering springs. Probably $900 worth of parts. I think I probably could have sold those for 400 bucks, maybe a little more. I'm saying 400. And then the sway bars we're going to be putting on the Trans Am back there, I think I could have sold those for 300, probably a little more too. That would have been $700 worth of parts. That would have put me $100 in it. So basically my gas cost to go get it. So yes, in my opinion, we got a free motor and transmission. I think it was worth it. What do you guys think? Motor, transmission, wiring harness, 6-speed, heads, cam. Also got a set of long tubes. They may or may not work in one of these other projects. If they don't, boom, there's the rest of it. I pulled a perfectly good dash pad out. Perfect. Was nothing wrong with it. In that last video, or not last video, but a video recently where we put the wheels back on the 55, when I pushed this car back, it lightly bumped that up against my press and cracked it. That's like 300 bucks right there. That sucks, but I think somebody will still buy it. It's an easy crack to fix, and some people's are just destroyed. So it sucks that that happened, but I think we are free and clear in a motor, transmission, and wiring harness. So let's go through the rest of these cars and talk about where we need to go. So on to all the cars, the projects, and where we are going, what the plan is. So the first plan, I will tell you guys, is to get the Trans Am running, okay? But we're gonna get to that. Let's start here, work our way that way. The 55 Chevy, you'll notice that it's pushed up because we have more room now, which I love. The hood is off. Cohen and my dad came out, helped me take the hood off. Guys, we need to test fit the motor and transmission in this. Now look, we've got LS mounts. We've got the transmission mount already welded up, ready to rock. I've got an oil pan that's been sitting over there for I don't even know how long, that is meant for this suspension setup, this platform with the drag link so far back. You cannot use an F-body oil pan. So that oil pan is supposed to fit. That's why it's over there. I want to test fit it on a motor and the transmission, and we want to put it in there and see if everything flies. I think that it will, but we may have to notch the floor a little bit to make the 4L80 fit in there. I don't know. We'll just have to see. That's going to be something, guys. I've got a lot of parts for this thing, and so I want to start kind of gradually working on it. I know a lot of you guys are truck people and you don't want to see this, but look, I'll be real honest with you. If things go haywire, we got to get rid of some stuff. This and the 52, the flat black 52 back there, are going to be the only things in the shop. And it'll probably come down to this last. This is the last thing my grandparents rode in that I owned. So they bought one of these new in 1955, same color. Theirs was a hardtop. Mine's obviously a post. I like the post better. But I was able to pick them up on Christmas Day a couple of years back before they passed away. And I made a video on that actually. I'm not getting rid of this car. I drove it 5 times when it was stock. 3 times it got hauled back to the house. That day it made it, okay? This car is not going anywhere. So the plan is to start gradually working on this. So you're gonna be seeing some videos on this, that is for sure. On to this guy, okay? The C10, nothing is happening to this, nothing. With the exception, I could potentially put a radio in it. Remember I said that when I did the cup holders? I said I want a radio and some stereo equipment in this. So I think we may do that. I don't know how soon that's gonna happen, but no tear apart coming on the C10. Okay, at least not anytime remotely soon, until all this other stuff is running and driving and finished, or close to. That's where we're at on that. All right, so on to the Trans Am. You guys saw a video recently, right? We're really close to keying this thing up. I need to hook up a few little things. I need to get the trans cooler mounted, which you guys saw kind of the start of that in the last video. I need to get that mounted, and then we could pour fluids in it and actually key it up and start it. But I want to have this thing roadworthy by the end of the year. That is a hard goal that I'm putting on myself, to get this thing, this poor thing that's been apart for so long, on the road, okay? That's the goal there. That is the #1 goal, I think, in the shop. There'll be a few other things that are going down, but that is a big goal of mine to get that accomplished. So you'll be seeing some Trans Am stuff. The poor convertible, guys. I told you in the last video when I screwed up and didn't hook the coil pack up, or at least the last video on this, I'm gonna sell this, and that is the plan. It's been listed for sale for a little bit now. It was just meant, look, I knew it wasn't gonna last long. So, I'm just not gonna keep it. That was never the intention. It was a 6-speed car to have fun in, top-down driving. That's about where it ends, to be honest with you. So you may see a couple little things on that. I don't know what they would be. For one, it needs washed, I noticed. It looks like Cohen went off-roading in it. But yeah, it needs to have a new owner. That's kind of the goal there. The truck. I know I got the truck people out there. I know you've been wanting to see me do this. And I told you I was going to sell this truck, but I think plans have changed once again now that we sold the 54 and freed up some room. My painter has all the parts that you see missing. And now the plan is to take it out and he's going to paint the cab. I was going back and forth. I wasn't going to paint the cab, but honestly, guys, we painted the rest of the truck. I bought all the paint at one time. He's gonna paint the cab. I'm gonna be taking the bed back off so he can paint the back of the cab. He's gonna have he's got a glass guy, or I'm gonna have a glass guy pull the glass out. We're gonna shoot the whole cab, then we're gonna start going back together with this thing. So that is the plan there. So be planning on seeing some stuff go down on this. So we got a lot to do here, a lot to do. The poor 52, yeah, I yanked the motor out for the 54. I could put just a stock 350 in there and be back on the road quickly. Maybe that's what I do. That was not the plan. That 6-liter on the stand over there was meant to test fit in the 55 and then go directly in here. We may end up doing that still. I mean, it's gonna be LS swapped eventually, but I don't know how soon we're gonna get to that. The primary goal, Trans Am, 55, maybe mix some of these other two in with that. Now, on to the dually. Guys, I don't have a lot planned on the dually right now. Now, there's some stuff that I still wanna do. I need to paint the windshield wipers. I need to clean up the cowl. I'd like to put a cold air intake on it just because I don't like the one that's on it. And mainly just the tube like the green truck has here. And when I talk about tube, like this MIT tube like that, I'd like to do that. Just looks a little nicer. And yeah, I'm not sure. You'll probably see some stuff on this as I think of things that I want to do. But we've got a lot accomplished on this. I need a spray and bed liner. I'd like to put a bed cover on it. But yeah, I need to buff the front end. It really needs painted from here forward, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we get there. The green truck. There's something in the back of the dually I got to show you here too. But the green truck, for some reason, guys, the rear end unlocked, and I've driven it down the road and back, and it seems okay for now. But we've got some stuff we need to do to it as well. You know, it needs an oil pump. It needs a fuel pump. I really, really want to put a turbo on this truck. I know a lot of you guys want to see me put a turbo on this truck too. And there's some random stuff that I'd like to alter, change. The rear suspension being one of them. I don't know. I'm not really sure where we're going to get with that either. But we're going to be doing some stuff here. There'll be some stuff. It needs buff too. It's really dirty right now. I need to buff on a lot of stuff, guys. I just don't have I don't have a lot of time, and I've shown you that before, so I don't want to show you a bunch of buffing videos. Oh, I wanted to show you in the back. So if you guys are wondering where these wheels and tires are going, those are going on the 55 over there. These are the same wheels that I had on it, but when I did the 54 brakes, those wheels would not fit back on the 54. So I had to rob my wheels and tires off this and put them on that. Well, the 20x10s would not fit, so ended up having to order some new 20x8.5s for the back of the 54. And then I kept the front wheels. So the guy that bought the car obviously took it with the wheels, so I needed a replacement set. That is what that is. The exact same Nittos that were on before, 18x7-inch fronts. That's about all you can fit in the front of a 55. So that is what is going on with the wheels in the back of the truck. I actually just got those mounted and balanced today. That's why they're back there. But guys, that kind of updates you on what's going on in the garage. I've got another big tool coming in the next couple weeks that I think you guys will be excited about. That we're going to be installing here in the shop. I've needed it for a long time. I finally bit the bullet and bought one. So be looking for a video on a brand new tool that's coming to the shop, and it's big. It's a big one. So other than that, that is kind of the plan for the stuff out here in the shop. Now, with that being said, will Cohen do some more stuff to his Corvette? Possibly. Dana has talked about going back to a car. That could spin up something. You never know if the Camaro sells and like I find a really good deal on a regular cab truck, because you know I need another one of those in my life. Something could spin up there. You never know what's going to happen when it comes to stuff like that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little shop update, the update on what we sold and where we landed on the part out Trans Am. If you did, guys, please, like always, go down there and smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are not subscribed, go down, hit the subscribe button. Of course, like always, ring that bell notification. That will notify you every single time we drop a new video. And stay tuned to see what we work on next.